So today we're going to start with sensing the breath. So yesterday we learned to ground in our breath, to the air element, our body. And today we're going to learn about sensing the breath. So we explained yesterday that when we move move towards stressful situations, what happens is that obviously we use muscles, our body tenses up for us to walk, to move. And that tension, it creates tension in the diaphragm, making our diaphragm not moving freely. But also, I would like to explain that we have the diaphragm is the principal breathing of respiration, the principal muscle of respiration. But we have other muscles to help us to breathe. They called accessory muscles. And we muscles in the neck, the scalings that they attach from the neck down to the lower ribs, upper ribs. Also, we have the muscles in our rib cage and our abdominal muscles and the back muscles. All these, they help us breathe. And the reason is because when we are walking, when we are doing our daily life task, we need more breathing muscle help. In a quiet breathing, just the diaphragm is working, which is a principle. But when we are going around, we use more muscles and we need to use those muscles. So our breathing becomes, in a healthy breathing, becomes global. We breathe with our frontal torso. We breathe with the side part of our torso. We breathe with the back of our torso too. So we need to, when we are breathing in a pattern, in a stressful pattern, sometimes we awaken just a few of them or just one of them. Usually is more the scalings and the shoulders to grasp the breath with our upper pathways. But and we forget that we have the breathing back muscles that they need to awaken. So today we're going to sense the breath, and we're going to use it with the power of the wind, our air element, which is our oxygen, our beautiful prana or chi. So this will be quite a lot of a practice. So I want you to feel it, which is this all about this. So sit in a comfortable position. Let's sense the air element. Once you find your comfortable position, close your eyes or just gently focus your eyes in an object. And we start with grounding our body like the last day we did this from yesterday. Just feel the connection, body with ground. Just take a time to ground your mind into the body. Relax your face, relax your chest, letting your body drop. Relax the jaw. And just feel that slowly sensation of dropping into yourself. And just follow your breath, feel the breath in your nostrils. You can feel this air element in your nostrils. You can feel the coolness of the inhale in the nostrils and the warmth of the exhale. Feeling passing it in the throat, the air element, in the windpipes, in the throat, down to the lungs. And when arrived to the lungs, Feel the lungs expanding, this air coming into the lungs. They expand the lungs. And you can feel the pressure it creates in the ribs, making the ribs to expand. And actually this is a force called pneumatic force. You call this air wind, creating expansion. Just feel that air element moving your ribs. This pneumatic force. Now, when we inhale, the diaphragm descends, it pushes down our beautiful water it contains in our belly. So now focus in your diaphragm and the downward movement of the diaphragm when you inhale. And that creates other pressure, a hydraulic pressure. All this water it contains, they bulge out into our tummy. And you can feel these two forces. The pneumatic force expanding the rib cage, the air element expand the rib cage. And the movement of the diaphragm pressuring down your organs, your watery aquarium, creating hydraulic pressure. Now, this is very cool stuff that I would love you to feel. This is a kind of a power that we can do with breath. Definitely is a power. You can direct the breath wherever you want it. And I want you to feel this. Just keep track with me. Come back to your nostrils again, feeling the wind element. Now, what if I tell you that you can breathe just with your right nostril? Draw your awareness to the feeling sense of the wind passing just to your right nostril. For 5 times. Isn't it cool? Let's try it with the left nostril. Great. It's not that you cannot breathe with the other one, or the air is not going to the other one. It's just you have more sensory information into where your awareness go. The whole you create a path towards your intention and awareness. So the cells awakening to that. So the breath, we create a path, a neural path, and the breath all the time easily will travel where the neural path is being opened. So now we know this power that we can direct the breath. We're going to do it. We're going to direct the breath into our whole entire torso. And with that, we're going to use postures for that. Simple postures to feel it. We're going to awaken the breath into the lower areas. So if you lay down on your belly, right? Just nice and comfortable. Lay down, arms to the side of the body. And just stay here. Stay there. I'm going to come up just for a sense of guide you. But you lay down on the floor, please, on your belly. And now again, take a moment to ground into your breath in the front part of your body. Ground into your earth element. Now, diaphragmatic breathing is characterized of this belly bulge. This is a great posture to feel belly breathing. We're going to feel this hydraulic pressure. You're going to sense the breath, that pushing of your watery contents against the floor. And it feels very, very easy to do belly breathing when you feel pressure, because we are working with pressure. Pressure with force create more force. Just take a moment to feel your belly expanding towards the floor. Obviously, it feels that pressure. There is more sensory information there because we have that pressure there. And the exhale, there is that soft little recoil. Enjoy your belly breathing. It's so calming. It's so soothing. And this is one of the practices if you are experiencing high levels of stress or anxiety and you want to ground yourself. Lay down your belly and breathe there. Before going to bed, you can do that so you can sleep a little more at ease. Now, because we have the pressure in our tummy, right? So we can, and we have this power of our awareness, sending the breath wherever we want it. I want to tell you, what about if you send your breath into your lower back? Try it. Feel the inhale. The breath can move backwards because your watery contains, the volume can be pushed. Imagine you have a balloon with water and you squeeze one end and it bulges to the other end. Well, we're squeezing the front of the belly, so your watery contents can move in the back. And just feel your back breathing. Those muscles that you're breathing now, they are the quadratus lumborum, these muscles. And those muscles are obviously that are part of staying ourselves erect. But also, for me, in my breathing, working with the breath, for me, this part of the body, this quadratus lumborum, which attaches to the lower ribs down to the pelvis, they have been so helpful thinking of them as breathing muscles, belly breathing muscles, just in the back, or back muscles breathing. It's so helpful, especially when I'm working in front of the computer, as we slouch, to breathe this, sometimes you just give that attention. And as you bring attention, the lumbar spine awakens. Now send your breathing muscles to the sides. What about if you breathe to the sides of your belly? We breathe to the front, we breathe to the back. What about if you send them sideways? In this one, what you may feel that not just the sides of your belly moves towards the side, they move a little bit, but also your pelvis, the pelvis, they move gently when you inhale out, and they recoil when you exhale. It's a little bit of going out and in all this section, comes out of in. And that's incredible. Breathing your pelvis is incredible helpful to release lower back pain or SI joints dysfunction. Just 2 breaths more into your belly muscles breathing. We breathe the front, we breathe the back, we're breathing the side. Feeling that pressure, hydraulic pressure. Lovely. Now we're going to go into the chest, but for that we need to go up, turn on our back now. Yeah, just lay down into your back. Either your knees could be bent and the feet on the ground, or maybe extend the legs. Just let yourself rest here. Arms to the sides of the body. And stay wide with your arms. Yeah, if the arms are too close, the ribs might not open freely. So make your arms a little more wider. Great. And ground into your back. Ground your body into your back. Just feel your body resting onto your back and pelvis and the back of the head. Now we're here with pneumatic pressure, right? We're going to use our intention. Close your eyes and imagine that you can go inside into the ribs. A little you is inside of your ribs at the heart level. And you're inside and you can see the beautiful chamber of your rib cage, like a huge cathedral. That beautiful structure. And I want you to look up and really observe the upper 3 ribs. The first rib is just below your collarbone, and then the second rib and the third rib. They make a ring across the chest, passing through the armpits all the way back to your spine. Now, when you inhale, feel that these upper 3 ribs, they expand in that peripheral circumference. They expand, widening your chest, widening the armpits. That's why we need arm room. Just feel that widening effect of the ribs. And in the back, you can even feel the shoulder blades widening too. It's so important to feel that the upper 3 ribs can move, because sometimes we slouch, right? Quite a lot we slouch. And we pass the breath into the back, making the breath more like into our back, creating more hump in our spine and more internal rotation into our arms. So now that we're laying down, just feel this circumference opening, widening into all directions, into the front, widening the chest to the sides, into the armpits. And in the back, I want you to feel that glide of the shoulder blades, because sometimes when we slouch, the shoulder blades start to get stuck. Fascia in between the back of the shoulder blades and all the tissue in the rib, they get stuck and the shoulder blades don't move anymore. So here's a very soft practice to feel that this fascia can move as you breathe, making these 3 upper ribs moving in all directions. Now, while this pneumatic pressure, while you're moving the upper ribs, pair it with the movement of the diaphragm, bulging the whole circumference of your belly. So you can feel the diaphragm descending and the belly moves mostly forward, but also sideways because you feel it, and into the back. You can feel even in the back of the pelvis. And work with these 2 expansion pressure breathings, pneumatic and hydraulic pressure. It's a global thoracic belly breathing in all directions. And just try 5 more. Feeling your back breathing, the sides of the body breathing, and the front of your body breathing. You're wider and with volume, internal volume. And slowly, let's prepare for seating. We're going to do the last of the practice. We need to put these into let's say, a real life situation. So take a moment to sit again in a comfortable position. Right, now follow me. You may close your eyes. This will be an imaginary situation where we are flying, trying to do a task, or holding still, trying to do a task in the computer, or going into the grocery shop and doing all the to-do list. Pick a moment where you are in that time, that, oh my God, I have to rush, deadline. Close your eyes and pick the moment. Really visualize your scenery, where your hands are at, where you are looking at, or where your feet are rushing towards. Really move into that place. And now, while you are doing the task, how are you breathing? Just recall how will be your tendency of posture, or where the places where maybe the breath is going. Already, just by imagining the situation, my breath is not where it was in the practice. Now, keep doing that task. Just step for a second into your task. Like if you're sitting, just close your eyes for a moment in your imaginary. And if you're rushing, just stop for a second to feel the body. And bring your whole body breathing back again. The back of the body, the sides of the body, the front of the body breathing, and come back with that sensation to your task. Can you notice that you change position in the desk? Can you notice that you change the way you walk? The diaphragm and breathing is posture. We think about posture of strengthening the body, the belly core muscles, the doing so much. Breathing is posture. And it's a posture at ease, with full of life, and engaging, as you can see the whole body in a more senseful way. And it calms your nervous system down, and it makes you more grounded into the body. So when you are in your life, rushing around or concentrate too strong into a computer, come back to the breath. Remember to practice. The more we practice, the more we change our habits.